Much as I get frustrated with Rare's current trajectory of running Banjo-Kazooie into the ground and bastardizing Killer Instinct with his pay-to-unlock crap, I still owe them big time for one thing. They had the good sense to keep Jodan Baker off camera in GoldenEye. Else I might have ended up rummaging through crates of humdingers trying to jettison myself, from my bedroom because I was like 14 at the time. Anyway, I wanted to kick this off with a Mystery Science Theater 3000 callback because, well, that's probably where you know this thing from. Starting your week off with a whimper and a limp and a very badly redubbed vocal performance, it's Manos the Hands of Fate on CGR Undertow's How the Hell Did This Happen Film License Monday of Pain. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to read any of this narration like Torgo out of the goodness of my heart. Yes, FreakZone have converted one of the worst films of the 60s, or indeed any other era, into an 8-bit styled retro platformer that takes a strong cue from Castlevania. Very strong cue, right down to the auto vertical scrolling stage from Castlevania 3. Mike, not Mike Nelson mind, gets all of 2 buttons, jump and gun. Perfect. While there isn't, options at all, the game auto-detected and mapped itself to my handy-dandy PS3 controller because I wanted 2 hands for this. Unfortunately, the appeal of a ridiculously brutal NES-era platformer is kind of lost on Manos because not only are the jumps actually manageable, there are one-ups everywhere. Freaking everywhere. Even once you take to the airplane stage that I don't even remember from the movie, and I've watched that thing more times than anyone should care to admit. On the one hand, I recognize that Manos the Hands of Fate is a cash-in on a cult classic and that it fulfills the requirements of being a video game based on a film. It's got some dicey collision detection, there's all of 1 power-up, hey, a shotgun, which is lost the first time you get hit, and it takes serious liberties with the film itself. I knew there was a reason I didn't recall Torgo in a plane. That said, you can't say it doesn't try. It just needed to pad out the admittedly short length of the game a bit without resorting to 20 minutes of an inexplicable driving sim, which would be much closer to the source material. I did appreciate the cameo by Roman from Robot Monster though, as well as the screaming skulls flying throughout most levels. Gumby short not included. So how good can a game based on a completely horrible film be? It can be hard to pick out just how much of the badness is by design. The sound's repetitive, as it should be. The animations, Mike's actually animated pretty darn well, right down to cocking the shotgun. And while there's the occasional weird bug, like HDMI output causing the first level and only the first level to run at half speed, it's still better than several actual NES games I've played, so I can't even hate it. The worst thing I could think of would be this game opening the door for all manner of horrible film games, like Squirm the RPG, or Daddy-O the point-and-click adventure. Or even worse, Puma Man 64.